single one of you in this building tonight can take this worldly.
Amen.
Yeah, when I made a mistake, and somebody told me I better not, because something awful could happen to me. Oh, God.
Come on.
We are going to come to Calvary tonight, every one of us. We're going to stand there and we're going to confess to Him that we have no righteousness of our own.
Amen. Amen.
We are going to come into a state of worthiness.
Amen.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you.
Praise God.
Because we're going to discern, understand, and judge properly and appropriately the Lord's body.
Amen.
I tell you, the hand don't look like the foot, but they're on the same body.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
I tell you, the wrist don't look like the ankle, but it's still on the body.
Yeah. Right. Amen.
The elbow don't look too much like a knee, but it's on the body.
Amen. Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
How can you and I, how could we even think that we could dislike someone that God says, I love them so much, I could just die for them.
Right.
I like what Brother Winger said. We have different character. We have different personalities. You see, that's the one thing that I've learned in 20 years. There's people here tonight, I know a lot of you, and I know your personality. And there's some people think your personality is not too good. But I love you for what you are. I wouldn't want you to change. I like you, and you're no good person. But everybody else wants to make you a puppet, to be like them. Well, I'm glad that everybody's not pretty like I am. I mean, if everybody had beautiful, wavy hair like me, they wouldn't need no beauty shop. What I'm really going to say is, if it took good looks to get to heaven, I'd be lost. I've tried everything in the world for this mug. I can't make it pretty. It's ugly every time I get up in the morning. There it is, right now. You should see it when I'm taking my parcel out, brushing my teeth. Oh, it's real pretty then. Don't even try to imagine it. We need to learn that everybody, just as far as personalities, they are not the same.
Amen. Right.
And because we're not the same, so many of us say, you know, because we don't have the same personality. I mean, you got a bad spirit.
Come on. Come on.
And that's the kettle calling the pot black.
Amen.
Some people just likes to quarrel, like my papa. He loves to quarrel. Of course, Jay loves to quarrel too. They got to together and what? When my papa was just a little old bitty thing, just a little old bitty thing. I learned right then that he liked to quarrel. He'd stand there and he'd say, I'm Mommy Bowie. Look right at me. He jumped on me. He wanted to fight me in a motel in Mount Sterling. He'd come at me like the heavyweight champion of the world, like that. He said, I'm Mommy Bowie. I said, no, you're not your daddy's boy. He said, I'm Mommy Boy. I said, you're not your daddy's boy. I'm Mommy Boy. I said, no, you're not your mommy boy. I'm not, I'm daddy's boy. Our personalities are different.
Amen.
We don't all have the same personalities. But does that mean we don't have the right spirit?
No, sir.
Does that mean we can't go to the table together?
No.
Does that mean that we have to find us a group that's got the same clique we are?
Yes, sir. Come on.
No, it doesn't. We have to understand and learn, whether you believe this or not, God made you and your personality.
Amen.
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 He is so unique. God is so versatile. He made us different.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just glad He never gave us all the same kind of hair.
Amen.
Some of your hair I like, some of it I don't. But I'm not going to get over here behind the beam and whisper around because I don't care.
That's right. Amen.
I mean, I don't care.
That's right.
Amen. That's right.
Somebody said to me every now and then, did you see so-and-so? I said, I didn't pay attention. That's just something I don't care.
Amen.
There's others, they have a conniption. They think, fall back in. But I don't care. And there's some of you care too much.
Yeah. Come on.
True.
That's right. That's true.
Right, amen.
One time Marcia was in a meeting. And there's this old mother, and I loved her so much. I loved the ground she walked on. The old woman come to church. But she got mad at her daughter-in-law. She's sitting out there beside Marcia, or standing or sitting, either one. And they was singing. And her daughter-in-law was up on the platform playing music and singing. And they got in a fight that day. And she asked God to give her strength to knock her out. And she told, she said, Brother Andy, she said, God, give me strength. I'll knock her again that one. Well, there she was beside Marcia. Marcia, she's serious about working out. And she'd stand there, she just stand there and clap her hands, glory to God, singing that song. She'd punch Marcia and say, look at that hypocrite stand up. Glory to God, hallelujah, bring it back to church. And then she'd clap me a few more minutes, she'd sing a little while longer, she'd punch Marcia again, she'd say, watch it, watch it. Them personalities are different.
Yes. Amen.
And does that make us bad news because our personalities are different? Some people's quiet. Does that mean that they're snobbish?
No.
No.
There's just some people that it's a chore to them to open their mouth and say something in public.
That's right. Amen.
True.
Come on.
Can you believe? Deacon will verify what I'm going to say. Where do you go? In high school, in grade school, junior high and high school, I was so shy that I couldn't say my name in public. Can you? Marcy says, now I'm talking up the whole family. That's just her opinion. But I couldn't. If they gave me that much of a paragraph to read in the graduation services and things, dear God, I'd almost pass out for a week. It felt like my heart was up in my throat. I'd dream and have nightmares over it.
Yeah, I know.
But the Lord put a boldness in him and took the shyness away.
Praise God.
And now, I got a big mouth for Jesus. Now I'll stand up and just tell anybody about my friend, Brother Williams.
Yeah.
Praise God. I got the deacon back there preaching back here, Well, where were you when I needed you, buddy? When I was going to school, I was telling Deacon, what night shall I? Of course, now me and Deacon, when we went to school together, all of our life, 12 years, what? Me and him was both poor as Job's turtles. That's pretty poor, honey. I stood many times on school ground and watched somebody chew a bubble gum in my mouth once. I'd give anything if they just give me a bite. Because I was raised poor, buddy. But God gave me a bowl. So everybody's personality is not the same.
Amen.
All right? I said a lot of things here. The body is of the Lord.
Amen.
And we're supposed to be joined to that body.
Amen.
We're supposed to be joined by one spirit.
Amen.
And it doesn't matter what our walk of life has been. It doesn't matter how many sins we committed.
That's right.
When Jesus was nailed to that tree, every sin you committed, past, present, future, was nailed there too.
Amen. Amen. That's the truth.
He didn't take away the sin from the time he died up until 1992.
That's right.
He took the sin till the last moment of time
Amen.
and nailed it to the tree.
Amen.
Come on.
Thank you.
Now, when we become partakers of this covenant and this testament, how many wants to be part of that, really a part of that, and understand that?
Amen.
How many believes tonight you're covered by covenant?
Yes. Hallelujah.
Woo! How many of you believe tonight that you are covered by a New Testament?
Yes. Amen.
Thank God, and part of a church that God purchased with His own blood. And that He is searching or seeking after those that will worship Him in the Spirit and in the truth, that will eat His flesh, drink His blood, dwell in Him and He in them,
Amen.
sup with Him and He sups with them, He moves into them, He is Christ in them,
Amen.
the hope of glory.
Yeah.
They are sustained by His bread.
Amen.
Thank you, Jesus.
And the reason so many people today are away from the fellowship of this thing is because they do not stay under the anointing where they can learn this thing.
Amen.
They do not stay. When Jesus said to them, except you eat no flesh and drink my blood, you have no life in you. Some of them began to try to carve the reason, what in the world is he talking about? How can you eat his flesh and drink his blood? They didn't stay long enough to understand what he was talking about. And so many people have got their minds already religiously made up. They have been warned. They got a pamphlet from headquarters said, watch for these signs. If you hear anybody talk about this or that, get away from it fast. And they run just like they did when Jesus said those powerful words.
That's right.
But if you really want to be part of the fellowship, you will join yourself to the Lord. And he that is joined to the Lord is one spirit.
That's right.
Amen.
If you join yourself to religious, you'll be part of a harlot. You'll be carnal and fleshly.
Amen.
Religion can't save you. You need to learn to discern the body.
Amen.
That you're part of it. We say people make me feel like I'm not. Look, I can't help that. I'm sorry about that. I apologize for any ignorance.
Amen.
But God wouldn't do you that way. Don't judge God by the actions of people.
That's right.
Amen. Come on.
Don't take it out and blame it on Him.
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
Don't try, don't allow, that's what she said, don't allow people's misconceptions and misunderstandings, misjudgments, and their inability to discern the body, don't allow that to cause your mind to think that God's that way.
That's right. Amen.
That's right.
Because God's not that way. It's His delight to forgive you.
Yes.
Amen.
He loves to forgive you.
Yes.
See, I was taught all my life that if you make one mistake, that old white-headed, long-bearded, white-bearded old man up there, bad, got a mad look on his face, he'll smack a fire out of you, put you a million miles out of nowhere. And in order to be saved, you had to get a face like his, long as Balaam's mule, look sad and bad. That ain't the way it is.
Amen.
There's a joy that causes you to shout. And if that spirit that raised him from the dead is in you, it will even cause this old flesh to be quickened. It'll quicken the mortal body. The body that can die will get joy out of it. And joy to come in your life, and a pleasantness about your face, and a pleasant attitude about you, and you will change.
Amen.
A life with Jesus is a life of constant change.
Yes.
Amen.
He is constantly molding you and shaping you
Yes.
and helping you to take that temper that used to keep you in all kinds of trouble, to turn it around and cause you get mad enough to the devil to get 1,000 set free.
That's right. Amen.
He molds you and shapes you. And he wants you to understand how to discern, to comprehend and understand his body.
Amen.
As you see, you might be the big toe on the right foot, but you're just as close as the arm and the shoulder that's closer to the head.
Amen.
They're not closer, you're just attached differently.
That's right.
Amen.
You're still part of that body.
Amen.
And learn to discern it. Learn to understand it. And here, as I close, back to Calvary again. You have to go back to Calvary. For as often as you do this, you do show the Lord's death. You go back to Calvary and show his death. That's where you get your holiness, your righteousness, your salvation, your deliverance, your healing. That's why you should be happy, because it was there that he handled your sin problem.
Amen.
It was there that he nailed your sins to the tree.
Amen.
He took everything out of your way that was in your way.
Yes. Thank
He
you.
blotted it out with his own blood.
Yes. Amen.
You do show forth the Lord's death. And you're supposed to do it till he comes.
Amen.
When he comes, there won't be any need for it. It'll all be finished.
Amen.
Jesus.
But it's in his death, his burial, his resurrection, his life, his death. It's in what he gave us.
Right.
It's in what he
Amen.
did for us.
Right.
And it's all in knowing that he did it for you.
That's right.
Amen. My God.
You
Thank
say,
you.
but I've got a problem. I'm all the time making, I got this one special problem. I could also add to this tonight, preach at least an hour on thorns in the flesh. Briars in your toes. Burrs on your britches.
Amen.
I can preach on a lot of things. Thorn in the flesh. Sometimes God allows the working of things in your flesh to keep you humble.
Amen.
So that you won't be haughty and high-minded and think you're better than everybody else and bigger than everybody else and above everybody else.
Amen.
It's called a thorn in the flesh, and it will keep you humble. And you need that. It's good to have a bride to remember, ouch, that hurts.
That's right.
Yes.
You
Amen.
ease on people that say, that hurts.
Amen.
Because you've got a thorn in the flesh too.
Yes.
Somebody say amen.
Right.
And when he comes into you, you sup with him and he sups with you. This is a fellowship. How many of you know that our fellowship is not in a fellowship hall? We're going to build one of these days. But I want to tell you right now, if that increases the crowd, I've got the wrong crowd.
Yes.
And you can
Amen.
rest assured I'll thin them out.
Yes. Amen. Come on.
I'll have them getting heartburn on hot dogs. Now, honey, I love to get together and eat fellowship dinner with you. Let me tell you something. There are some churches, that's all they live for.
Amen.
Come on.
Penny sticks on the service, that's the
Come on.
eat.
Come on.
Uh-huh.
That's not
Amen.
right.
Amen. You're right.
It's not right at all. Somebody say, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
It's not right at all. Because our fellowship is with the Father, and that is the Spirit, and His Son, which is the body,
Amen. Amen.
Jesus Christ. I had a man tell me one time that I didn't love him. He wrote me an offering up. I said, I appreciate it and I love you, sir. He said, you don't love me. No, you don't. Kind of floored me. You know why? He said, I didn't love him. Because he said, I wouldn't go to Shoney's and have coffee with him. He said, you won't fellowship people. If you think that's fellowship, then I'm King Kong.
Come on. Amen.
That's no more fellowship than a goose flying backwards over cattle.
Amen.
Amen.
It's those coffee breaks, and Shawnee's has got a lot of you in trouble.
Right.
You sit there talking about people, y'all keep your mouth off of.
Amen.
Right. Come on. Come on.
God, I said it.
Come on.
Good. True.
Now listen, I love Shawnee's. Me and Deacon goes to East Breakfast Bar whole week. We can wipe that thing nearly out, can't we? I mean, we're pretty good sized boys, ain't we, buddy? That don't mean a person's fellowship together around a table somewhere. That ain't fellowship.
Amen.
I don't care if you drink a pot of caffeine-free coffee, still ain't fellowship.
Amen.
See, fellowship is in the Spirit.
That's right.
Our relationship and our unity one with another and our attitude one toward another.
Yeah.
That's fellowship. Our fellowship is with the Father, that is the Spirit, and His Son, Jesus. Our fellowship is with the Father through the Son. What about that?
Amen.
Yes, it is.
What's it saying? It's with the Holy Ghost, with the Spirit, through the attachment, making us one with Him, and our attachment to the body of the Son.
Amen. My brother.
It's a holy thing we're going to do here in a short time. You take a little piece of bread and you put that in your mouth as an action, as a visible action. And you chew that up. You are saying, I accept His flesh as the bread of the New Testament.
Amen.
That it is what sustains me when I cannot sustain myself.
Yes.
That it is that bread that heals me.
Amen.
It is the children's bread. And that it is His body, and it has made me one with Him.
Amen.
As you drink that little cup of juice, you are drinking into one spirit.
Amen.
Drinking the blood, that which it cost Him to purchase the church. It cost Him His blood.
Amen.
You are drinking that, you are accepting the move of the Spirit, the fullness of the Word. And in that unity, please listen to me. In that unity, Brother Winger said just a few moments ago, something that stuck with me. It's in that unity that if we really discern the Lord's body, and we are really in church, assembled together, and not forsaking the assembly together, and we are there for the right purpose to worship in the Spirit and in the truth, not just so we can say, I went to church, not just for a form and a fashion that's as boring as a dead bird's nest,
Amen. Come on.
but to worship in the Spirit and in the truth, and really to indulge in the Word, hungering, longing, yearning for the move of God, then healing can flow from hand to hand, person to person, breast to breast,
Amen.
because of the unity.
Amen.
It's the unity, discerning the body. Come on now.
Amen.
I believe in prayer lines, but there could be a time that we wouldn't have to have prayer lines.
That's right.
That the Spirit could just flow in a unity
Amen.
as we discern the body. What are you saying, Brother West? I'm saying that no matter if she or he or she suits your fancy, you know they've got a need, and because they have a need, you lay all of the drawbars down of your religious pride. And say, God, I want him, I want her to have that.
Yes,
It don't matter if they were raised on one side of town and me on another. It don't matter if they suit my fancy or not. If you love them, I love them.
Amen.
If you have took care of their sins and their iniquities and their problems and their sorrows and their life, then I am going to accept what you have declared you done. And that's discerning the Lord's body.
Amen.
It's not this judgmental, I can't talk to you because you ain't part of our group.
Come
That's
on.
not it at all. Listen, those are sensual people that separate themselves and don't have the Spirit.
Amen.
But if you have the Spirit, the meek, humble, lowly Spirit of Jesus, And that's what a Christian is. And you'll be forgiving and merciful to a woman caught in the act of adultery. You won't scandalize their name.
Amen.
You will forgive them quickly.
Amen.
Amen.
I told somebody the other day, if I had the opportunity, and I'm the very one in Charlotte, North Carolina, August 11th, 1986, that saw the vision of the fall of the PTL Club. I saw it. God wouldn't let me leave till I declared it. On August the 13th, I declared it. And if I could tonight, I'd walk in that prison and help Jim Baker get out of there, because he didn't deserve to go to prison. He didn't do what he did all by himself.
Amen.
He become a victim of people's insincere desires.
Amen.
Amen.
What?
I have forgiven Jimmy Swaggart.
Amen.
Yes.
You better, because God does
Yes.
be ashamed of you to be lost for being a disunity of the body if he makes things right with God. It doesn't matter who you are and how smart you think you are.
Amen.
If God forgives, then he forgives.
Yes.
And when he forgives, he expects you to accept that forgiveness.
Amen.
Whether you like it, whether it goes against your Pentecostalism or not.
That's right, amen.
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 You know what I want to see when I walk down the streets of that new land? I want to see Jimmy Swaggart.
Yes.
I want to see Jim Baker. I want to see the ones that's confused across this nation. I want to see them.
Amen.
I want God. I want God to forgive them.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
And if God forgives them, I'm sure not going to be a Billy Goat butt in the barn doors.
Amen.
No way.
I've got to make it.
Yes.
And the Bible teaches me, and I'm closing, that if I want mercy, I've got to give mercy.
Amen.
And what's something else Brother Harry said tonight? If I want friends, I've got to show myself friendly.
That's right.
And
Amen.
if I want an understanding ear, when my time of trouble comes, then I must give an understanding ear to someone who is in
Yes,
trouble
sir.
now.
That's right.
Amen.
And if I want forgiveness, I must forgive.
Amen.
If I want help, I've got to be willing to give help.
Yes. Amen.
That's right.
Because let me
Amen.
tell you something, our chickens do come home to roost.
Oh, yes, yes.
And let me tell you something else, you will have your time of trouble.
Yes, sir.
You will have your time of trouble.
How true.
And your attitude toward people will determine whether God gives you help in your time of struggle.
Amen.
There's a lot of people who say, Brother West, we like Brother West because he's good to children. Let me tell you, I've got children. And I hope somewhere down the road that because I've been good to some of your children, and I do genuinely love them, and I can walk by some of these little old fellas, these little old bitty boys and girls, and say, whose buddy are you? And they'll point and say, I'm your buddy. Because there was a time when I would give $1,000 if a preacher had just patted me on the head.
Yes.
Most of them so high strung, so high complete, and so sophisticated, they wouldn't touch a child.
That's right.
Yes. Amen.
But I got children. Somewhere down the road, maybe I won't be around, maybe I'll be 6 foot under the grave, I don't know. But if Michael Paul goes to having trouble, J-Ward's pretty much got his adult life now. He's 26 years old. But somewhere down the road, Michael Paul might need a helping hand. And I'd sure like for somebody to remember that I was kind.
Yes.
Amen.
And that's why I don't have any problem being considered kind. And that's why you shouldn't have any problem.
Amen.
Come on, church.
Amen.
Observe the Lord's body. Understand the Lord's body. It's His body. It's not yours. It's His.
Amen.
You're part of His body.
Yes. Amen.
You have His Spirit.
Amen.
You're supposed to have His mercy and His forgiveness.
That's right.
And anything you are, if you are anything at all to God, it's because of what Jesus did on that cross.
Amen.
It's not because of how good you think you are.
That's
It's
right.
not how holy you think you are.
Come on.
It's how gracious He is.
Amen.
He carried our sorrows and our grace. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
Somebody say amen.
Amen.
Lift your hands and let's just adore Him and praise Him tonight.
Thank you.
All over the building, let's praise Him.
Thank you tonight, Lord. We praise you. Magnify you.
Come on, let's praise Him. Lift your hands and let's adore Him and praise Him.
Look at what you're going to do, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Hallelujah. 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 I want you, while your hands are raised, I want you just to tell him, say, God,